This is Infinite Transcendence.
Hello guys, and welcome to Infinite Transcendence. Today I want to talk about something a little bit different. It's more just basic life stuff. Not even life, just something interesting in terms of entertainment. And I was thinking about more in the media, and specifically, you can say this about everything: music, movies, and video games. But I'm starting to notice, I've noticed this for a while, I just never talked about it, is that the quality seems to keep going down more and more. And I'm sure you guys who listen to music probably feel this way too. I know a lot of people are just feeling worse about music, saying it's declining and slipping. I myself, I haven't listened to mainstream modern music in 2010, 11. Only time I hear anything modern is when I'm going into a certain store, a mall, or there's some event nearby where they're playing modern, or if I check a YouTube video, they have some new song on there. That's the only way I know it's playing, because I just lost interest in it a long time ago. And the reason is that is not only because I just started listening to the radio. I did a lot of radio listening, a lot of economics, politics, a lot of humor stuff, a lot of life stuff there. But also, I just listened to a lot of older music. I like not only music that was when I was growing, that I listened to when I was growing, but music before my time. I find it just have a different quality, different composition, just different. It just seems like it's more stylish versus now you have a lot of people who are just making their 15 minutes of fame and cashing in and then leaving. I think what this has led to is that you end up getting people who are just cashing in, who are marketable, and you end up getting music that's lower quality and different trends that are lower quality. Now, a lot of people might say, well, maybe it's just that you get past a certain age and then you don't like the older, you don't like the stuff that comes out. And I think that may be part of it, but I'm finding a lot of people are telling me they just prefer to listen to more old school music, even if they're younger. And I'm finding the same thing. And not only does that extend there, I think it's also in movies and games. A lot of people complain that the movies are getting worse overall, although I've seen some interesting movies. I just don't watch movies too much anymore myself. Now, for me, I saw a lot of superhero movies. I'll watch a superhero movie or something like that, but even then I'm behind. I haven't seen Civil War. I haven't seen Wonder Woman yet. I kept planning on it, but I haven't gotten around to it. But I'm just behind on a lot of the latest trends. I watch TV shows. I watch The Flash and I watch Supergirl because they're some of my favorite characters. I have seen that, but even then I got to catch up on that. In video games, I will play video games occasionally, but not to the extent like I used to. And a reason is because I want to, it's not looking for productivity reasons too, but I just find that what's out now is a lot more repetitive. Games are a lot more superficial. They're a lot more babying. They hold your hand a lot more. They lack the depth they used to have. Like fighting games, they got more shallow, more brain dead, more instant kill mechanics. Other games, they lost the story element there, or they become more like a movie. Instead of becoming a game, they're more like a movie with button presses, where you're just pressing a lot of buttons to get a result. Instead of, you have a cinematic and you have a lot of events versus just interactive gameplay. I feel the interaction in the games are gone. And I also feel that not only the interaction gone, but the multiplayer has gotten dumbed down so people who are not as good can compete a lot more. And I have nothing against a game being easier to pick up and play, but I wanted to also balance and reward skill and hard work. I don't think a game should be convoluted, but I think it should reward skill and hard work. And a lot of games are trying to cater to everybody now, to the point where a person can just jump on, barely play, do whatever they want to, and you end up getting cheated out of a win, or cheated more often because that person, relied on a comeback mechanic or crutch. And I just don't like it. And I just don't like it. So what is your experience with this? Do you feel the same way? I know I've talked to a lot of friends about it and they feel the same way. What are your views on that as an audience? I want to try a different topic and just talk about something that was just on my mind, I thought about occasionally, and see what you thought about it. Am I wrong? Do you like the way things are now? Are you just really young and haven't experienced the older stuff? I'd recommend you try it out. Because I think a lot of times, old Duke Nukem's better than new Duke Nukem. I like games like Baldur's Gate. A lot of games that are classic. Killer Instinct. It just had a different feel to it. Now, new Killer Instinct still isn't bad. I haven't played a bunch of that, but I think like old Street Fighter, a lot of old games you see that are being remade and remastered just lost a lot of the feel they used to have. I think same thing with movies. I've never been a big movie buff. I like the 80s movies. That's always been my thing. And I like watching Terminator, RoboCop. I like watching Ninja Turtles, and that was in the early 90s. And that movies in a feel and a time, I think it just represents a different time and culture that I like a lot more. But that's just me. So like I said, let me know what you think. And as always, like and subscribe and transcend infinitely.
Keep watching and listening. See you next time and transcend infinitely.